Hey guys, so I'm actually um doing a follow-up video for a video I did, but for some reason my computer decided it wasn't gonna do right when I was editing it, so I'm just gonna basically talk to you about what I was talking about in it. Um and yeah, but basically the other day, I think Friday, I was having a really hard time and just a side note, I got bit by it. Just a side note, I'm trying to, every time I go through something that affects me, trying to record right away. So, but anyway, I was feeling really overwhelmed Friday. Um, I just got to a point where I felt like I really couldn't speak. Um, and it was really hard for me because if you know me, you know I'm very outgoing and I usually don't have a problem saying what I'm thinking about. But sometimes I do, and sometimes I just shut down. And that's what I ended up doing Friday. I got off work and I work as a customer service right now, so I'm constantly on the phone or, doing interacting with people. And I'm an empath, so that's a lot on me when I'm constantly involving myself in other people's energies. And that's why I guess when I shut down, that's my spirit and body me. But there's better ways to do it than the way I tend to, um, because when I shut down sometimes, because sometimes I just, mellow out and don't have anything to say just because I have nothing to give. But then sometimes I get really irritated and like I just feel so much pressure and weight on myself. And I think a lot of us probably do, and we just don't know how to talk about it. And I really feel like I don't know what that would be labeled as, or if that's even considered a mental issue or just a mental concern of feeling completely overwhelmed and just wanting to be alone. And sometimes, that feeling of wanting to be alone is so extreme that I honestly feel like it can. Sorry, I literally heard something like right beside me, but it can literally make some people feel like suicide is the only answer. Um, because of that intense feeling of just being over it with everybody and everything. And okay, y'all birds, chill out. But just a little bit about myself as I open up in this series. Um, I've struggled with suicidal thoughts. Like, I've used to cut myself. I don't know if you can see on this camera. You can see some right there. It used to be all the way across, but that was like I was 15, so that was like 11 years ago, and I still have some of the scars. I can't lift my dress up, but I have some on my hip. Um, and yeah, and I just always never actually went through with anything like that, just because at the time, which I'll get into in another series maybe, but just to mention at the time, I was a Christian, and I believed in that heaven or hell thing. Like, when you die, you go to hell if you do X, Y, and Z and whatever. So honestly, that's why getting off track, but bringing it back, I really don't have no problem with Christianity. I just don't like when it becomes you banishing people away because they don't want to believe what you believe. Because I don't believe in any religion, but as long as I let you coexist with me and you let me coexist, and neither one of us is attacking each other, isn't that what Jesus wanted anyway? Everyone to love each other and get along, like whatever. I'm not getting that. My whole point is, at that time, that's what helped me, because I was still a believer in a world like that. I'm not saying the love of God or Jesus is what made me feel like, okay, I don't want to kill myself. It was the fear of burning forever. But it's not funny. It's a nervous laugh. And throughout this series, I feel like you'll see me point out different things about myself. Because one, I'm getting used to talking on camera to people. I'm more of an in-person type of person. Even though, yeah, like when I was a kid, like I didn't mind being recorded and doing silly stuff, but over time, like in between that gap, it's like um, I lost that. And then like I'm from the era where cell phones became popular in middle school. So, but anyway, my whole point is I really do feel like that overwhelming feeling is what puts a lot of people over edge. And for me, Friday, it was more moderate. I've had way worse times where, like, especially when I was younger, and even as an adult, like, I've had way worse times where I just felt completely like, oh my God, everybody leave me the fuck alone. Like, and it would just feel so crazy. And, like, I'm just really grateful that I'm getting better with that. And I'm trying to understand it more so I can help others understand it. And so I realized for me, I just need to literally go be alone. Like, literally go do something I want to do. I'm trying to get more away from YouTube being something that helps me cope, but um, just trying to find stuff I like to do. So, writing for me is a really good thing. Um, I love music too. I'm trying to get back into making music because I do have a plan for that because of all some good feedback I got back before. And speaking of feedback, thank you guys so much for the support for my first video. That's why I'm excited, or was extra excited when I was like, okay, I'm gonna record the day I'm feeling crazy, but I think this has worked out how it's supposed to anyway because um sorry, like my job messages pop up on the computer. But it worked out how it was supposed to because I was really off that day. So just talking about it now is easier. But yeah, and I really am gonna, especially when I get my new phone in a couple weeks, um, it's definitely gonna be even more frequent and easier to get to do this. But yeah, so just for this week, um, it's mainly just about finding your center, what calms you down, aside from smoking and stuff like that, which I have no problem with. Like, you know, I have nothing against anybody that smokes, drinks, or anything like that. The only thing is, I just don't want us to continue making it the thing we go to. Because I know for me, especially when I first started smoking, um, that was all I did. Like, I would feel overwhelmed, I need to go smoke. Like, and for like 2014 for me is when I first started. But then I went to smoking blacks for like everything. And then in like 2015 when I got my first apartment, well that is around the same time still, but so 2014, 2015 is when I really started smoking. But then like 2015, 2016 and all the way to 2017 sometime, I would just smoke all the time. Like, I would feel the least bit overwhelmed and like, okay, I need to go smoke. Like, I got so skinny. But you can't tell from the back, but I got so skinny. But, because I wasn't eating either. Like, I wasn't the person that would smoke and get hungry. Like, I would smoke and just fall asleep or something like that. Like, of course, I still ate, but not like how you supposed to when you smoke that much. Oh my God, all these invites. But anyway, so I just really, especially for my community, because like I said, I can only speak about my community, but I just really want us to stop being self-reliant or reliant on things like that because it doesn't get you to the core issue. It just helps you get over it for a period of time until you need it again, which sometimes is the same day. So it's like obviously not helping you if you're not even able to grow from it. So that's what I'm working on this week. It's just staying centered, um, and really trying to just be in tune with what makes me feel or raises my frequency. So like I said, drawing and singing and things like that. But I know first and foremost for me, I have to get alone, like be by myself, you know. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, and I know a lot of us, especially around my age now, which is 26, um, we have kids and stuff, and even younger than that or older, whatever your age is, like you might have kids or responsibilities and stuff like that. But while I definitely understand that, you have to find, I never noticed that light, sorry, but you have to find a way to get by yourself. And like, no shade at all, but when it comes time to wanting to go out or, go get drunk, you know, your kids usually, I don't know about everybody, but aren't right there beside you, smoking and drinking with you. You can find somebody to take care of them or whatever. And I'm not saying put your kids with anybody just so you can have some alone time, but when you are able to find ways to do that, you can be able to find ways to be by yourself. And even if you use one of those nights to really just give yourself time to be away from other people, like instead of spending $200 for that weekend, like get a hotel for yourself, like post up by yourself, like not even with your lover or partner or whatever, like just seriously get alone. And it really comes with a lot of self discipline and practice to really say, I want to better myself. Because at the end of the day, a better version of you is a better parent for your kids. Because you say you don't have time alone, you're annoyed with your kids, whatever. But it's like when you do spend time with yourself and are able to give yourself that time when you're back around your kids, it's like, yeah, you might want more alone time, which is fine and understandable, but you won't be as impatient and annoyed with them. And all they are is kids excited to see you. Like, they love you. Like, they've known you their whole life. So, of course, they want to be around you. Of course, they want to be in your face, saying, hey, look at what I'm doing. Even if you don't think it's something cool, like you think it's lame, don't tell your child that because you're in a bad space. So, I'm getting off the topic here. But that's just pretty much what happened the other day. I really felt overwhelmed and like this runaway type of spirit was around me. And that's what I used to do when I was younger, run away. And I'm so grateful that, nothing happened to me. Like, there's so many times things could have happened to me. And honestly, I'm not saying should have, like, that's what I wanted, but like, I really put myself in positions when I was younger to have been kidnapped and like crazy things happened to me where people would never hear from me again. And I'm so grateful that didn't happen. And I know it didn't happen because I'm supposed to be sharing my life with people and really putting myself out there because I don't care anymore. Like, I used to really care about keeping people happy and other people's thoughts on me and all that stuff. But like, I don't care anymore. And I really feel like that's because I'm supposed to share my life with people who are going through similar stuff that I went through or going through it now or whatever, um, to help them out. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm definitely here to do that. So, anyway, I'm gonna go now. It's a beautiful day right now, beautiful morning. I am getting bitten up and it's not cool at all. Oh, quick little follow up. So I did get that second. Well, okay, so in my last video, it was my third work from home job that I was looking into, but I did get that and I start that tomorrow. Um, and then the first work from home job that I had in that video at that time, I actually let that go. And I'm more happy because the second one at that time, that's not my first, I get to choose the time that I work. So that's really exciting, and definitely so good. And they pay $11 an hour. So I'm gonna do a review of work from home jobs at a later time because there's another one that I have found that I'll share details with you about. That if it works for you, cool. But it did not work for me, so I let it go. But so right now I have two. Again, I'm gonna keep those two because they let you choose when you work. Like, so I'm excited about that. And I'll, like I said, share more about that later. But I am gonna go ahead and go. I'm ready to eat. Um, I know what I just said about YouTube. So what I'll say as a follow up to that, I want to stick to watching like one video a day because I'm obsessed with like shows about fixing stuff. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of Hell's Kitchen, not Hell's Kitchen. Um, no, it's called Kitchen Nightmare with Gordon Ramsay and Tabitha's Takeover. That's the older. They both older shows, but Tabitha's Takeover is more older. I feel like I used to watch it with my mom. It used to just be about hair salons, but I guess she started fixing everything too. And yeah, just shows like that, Bar Rescue. Yeah. If my boyfriend's out here, he called me a loser in a joking way. But anyway, so I'm gonna watch one of those today. I like watching it while I eat. That and infomercials. So this is some random facts about me. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go. My contact information will be in the description box below. Definitely follow me on Instagram and subscribe for more videos like this. And definitely turn on the notification bell. I'm posting once a week right now. Like I said, trying to get into the groove of it. And yeah, the more consistent I am with this, the more you'll see my beautiful face and hear more of my story that I don't mind sharing with you. So you can definitely, I'll put my email in there too, if you need someone to talk to, whatever like that. I'm a really open book. I don't mind being open about anything in life anymore. But that's another video. So I'll see y'all later. Take care.